Let's see if it stays on this time. I done cut my camera on 2 or 3 times, guys, and it keeps cutting off. I am going to buy a new camera come January too. This thing's done locked up on me twice today. That's a baby. I think I've been here, guys, for about 15 minutes on this spot. I have fished 3 different colors. I've caught 1 or 2 fish. And I thought before I leave, I'm going to throw the Stinger Junior at them. And this is in the flash color. And the reason I done that was yesterday I made a video, and the only thing I could get him to hit really consistent was the Tadpole Junior in the flash color. Our water's about 3 foot visibility right now, and they're chasing shad a lot, and the fishing is not easy. Now I've caught some fish this evening. Something big just broke right here. You know, you see the spot or not? But the school I was catching some out of, I left it and came here because there were some people running around. I thought, well, I'm gonna. There was quite a few people in the area, some people on the dock there. I was close to them. I was close enough I could hear them talking and stuff. I thought, nah, I'm gonna move. I know they're probably uncomfortable. They're sitting there trying to socialize. I believe they was on a date. The way they were talking, I believe they was on a date. It was an older couple. So, I don't know. I just felt uncomfortable. I thought it was time for me to move. So I did. But anyway, this school right here, since a few here, I'm trying to watch my bait. I don't see it. See a lot of these marks? Now, not all those marks are fish. This is a treetop. Some of them are fish. But I'll see them move once in a while. I'll see them raise up at the bait. I caught that one there on the first cast with this color. And I thought, well, maybe I'm on something now. But I don't know. They're very tough today. I don't know if it's the moon phase. I haven't looked. I go fishing, guys, when I have time. I hear a lot of guys say, well, I only go during this moon phase or whatever. Well, they're probably right. Fish are probably more active at those times. But I think the best time to go fishing is when the wind's not blowing real bad and you got time. The wind's supposed to be light and variable today. It's not too bad. Y'all can see it's a little breeze on the water. It's worse here than where I was at the other spot. The wind is coming right in this opening here, down the main lake here. All right, let me see if I can get a little close to them. I'm gonna move my boat up just to get a little different angle, see if that'll help too, and see if I can catch a couple on this bait. They seem more interested in this bait than they have anything I've thrown at them. But it looks like a little minnow, and it's pretty natural looking. Just flash is just a light smoke color with some silver and black flake. It's old school smoke, black flake and silver flake. But in this little Stinger and Tadpole, it works great in it, in clear water. Bam. Yeah, I figured these were small ones. No, he's not bad. I was gonna say he's a baby, but he's not a baby. He might be, he might be 14 inches. I'm just kidding, guys. He's probably 9 5/8. All right. Got him double hooked. And little 6s. I lost the other jigs. I haven't smashed the barb in this one yet. And guys, I'm fishing a tree. I moved from another tree. I'm on a different tree now. And y'all can see it right here. The other tree, I caught quite a few out of it on different bait. Then when I started on this Stinger, I reckon I done shook them up. They didn't want nothing to do with it. And I fished it yesterday too, so you know, I try not to fish some of the same spots 2 days in a row, but right now the fish are so scattered they're hard to find. Especially nicer fish. Now, I made a video earlier before I started this one. I'm on my 3rd video this evening, guys. This is a Sunday afternoon. It's 2:30. I didn't leave my house till 1 o'clock, 1:30. At the first place I went, there was quite a few fish. I said this, I think, in a last clip, and I caught some fish there, and I caught some decent ones. But I got uncomfortable feeling being there with the people. Some people were close to me on the dock talking all the time. I'm going like, I know, I know they're trying to enjoy the lake and enjoy the evening, sitting there having conversation. I'm sitting right in front of them. It's, you know, I don't know. I just feel like they're ready for me to move any time. Because every once in a while they get quiet, and I hear them going talking. I'm going like, they're probably talking about me. Wish he would move. So I said, I'm leaving. So I left those fish, and they was aggressive. I caught probably 15, 18 there, fish there in about an hour, or less probably. So anyway, this time of year they're moving a lot. They're in open water, some of them are in open water, and they seem like they're like trees right now. Down trees, brush piles, better than they do docks. Docks offer shade. They really don't need the shade, but they will use them still for cover, you know. But a lot of them are in open water. And I caught some yesterday like that, just fishing open water. Now see, here's some right here. Here's a brush pile, and it's 20 foot deep. You see it's fish on it. See them right there? And there's the tree I was throwing at. All right, guys, I done lost another jig. I had tied that one. I done lost 2 jigs here. I think I lost one at the other tree. The thing about fishing trees, when you order jigs from me, order 2 or 3 packs. You will get hung up in trees. I know a lot of people will not fish down trees. Brush piles, you usually fish over top of them. Some of them are pretty rough though. Some of them are pretty raggy. That's not a bad little fish. I dug through and found some old jigs. This one actually has a little dental floss tied on it. Well, I made it years ago. It's an old one to help keep the bait on. But I'll tell you, I've learned since then, you're better off with nothing. I had a terrible time getting this bait up on the hook and wanted to bust, you know, just pushing up on the hook. These little bodies, like the Stinger Junior is probably the worst, the little bit. If you go to the tadpole, it's better. It's got a little bit more body. The Tweety Bird's got a little bit more body. But you got to have a number 6 hook. And if you got a bait keeper on them, you could bust that bait up. You better off cut your bait keeper off. This is one off that pile right there, guys. I don't know what that is. I've put some stuff down through here through the years. Most of it's bamboo that I put down. I don't think that's any of my stuff. I think that's something that's been here. I think it's a small top of a tree, but I'm not going to go back down that pile. They're babies. It's a tree coming in here off the bank, and I think that's the very top what maybe broke off or something. I think most of the stuff I put down is gone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can find something else, guys. And I'm heading in. It's 4 o'clock. I got 2 more places I'm gonna check, and that's it. All right, guys, I moved. Oh, this one acts like he's a little bit bigger. So sometimes you get a bunch of small fish, you just need to move. He's better. I got a little hook, so I'm going to net him. Well, it's a size 6 hook. Alright. Bam. Yeah, it's an. Alright, guys. I think, I don't know how much of it y'all got to see. I think when I picked him up out of the water, the camera cut off. In that area, we'll find out when I edit it. I have fought the camera today. It's unlocked up a couple times. It's cut off a couple times when I didn't want it to. That's a nice fish, guys. There you go. That's on a little Stinger Junior. That's a good 11.5 inch fish, maybe 11.5/8. Let's give him 11.5/8. All right. Let's see if we can come up with another one like that. Actually, that's why I moved. What I was saying, those were small. We need to keep on catching them. I could have caught some more of them, but they weren't but 8.5, 9 inches. That one might not have been that big. That last one I caught probably 7.5 inches, wasn't it? Bam. I hope this is a crappie. He's fighting. Yeah, he's fighting good. Got you. When that water cools off, buddy, water's 61. They fight good, don't they? That's why you move, guys. There's 2 nice ones now off the spot. Yeah, I have people sometimes ask me, because I move sometimes and I lose out. I don't find any more crappie, or I don't find any bit nice. Look how thick that one is. Woo-hoo. Bam. Can y'all say thumbnail? Let's see if I can get a thumbnail of that one. I try, I don't always do it. All right, guys. I was gonna say one more, but let's see if we can catch one more here. I'm ready. Y'all ready for one more like that? I'll take them like that all day long. That fish right there was probably, I should have measured him. He probably was 12 inches. All right, we got him. I got a loop in my line somehow, guys. And the loop caught on my bail. Y'all ever had a loop? Oh, he's wrapped around my pole. You know, when it all goes wrong, it all goes wrong. It don't stop, does it? Good gosh. Y'all seen it here first. There you go. Y'all can't say that you've been watching Fishing Lake Country. You can say now that you've seen it all. You've seen him catch them by hand. Reel them in by pulling the fishing line in by hand. Somewhere along the line when I shut the bail and I was reeling, where y'all can see now, he's a little smaller. He's probably 11 and a 16th. Somewhere when I shut this bail to start reeling, see my line got caught right here somewhere. Right here. Right here it is. It's around the spool somehow. And I couldn't reel. So I'm gonna have to sit here and figure it out what happened. There it comes. There it came. It got caught around this piece somehow. Alright. I don't think I've ever had that problem this reel before, but I reckon it's probably the way I shut the bail or something. Hey, I got the fish in. We're ready to go now. Bam. This school's interesting too. Now I was telling y'all about the tree I left, the first place I started. I caught a couple crappie on a different bait and finished the video, and I started the video there with this bait. And I caught one fish, and that was it, and they wasn't paying attention to it. Well, I knew something was wrong because there was probably at least 20 fish there. So I'm going like, what is wrong? This color works good on this lake. There's a smaller one. It's probably one of the smallest ones I've caught here. He's probably 9 3/4. And look, guys, the bait's held on. I caught all these fish now on the same bait. And here's the secret. Look, there's no barb on it. There's no lead barb holder. I didn't catch none on one bait because I had dental floss. It wasn't a barb holder, it was dental floss that I tied on there years ago, some older jigs. And I thought, oh, it'll be okay. I pushed it up on there, one fish hit it, and it busted open. That lead barber, that holder, busted open. I'm not having any problem now that I don't have one. You see that? It stays up just fine. Fish ain't tearing it up. I can get more fish out of it. Somebody commented to me the other day on site and said, Dennis, you're right. I've been cutting the lead holders off, bait holders off, and I'm averaging a lot more fish per bait. See, I shouldn't be telling you all that kind of information. I'm hurting myself. But I want you to catch fish on the baits, and I want them to last some fish for you. You got to get at least 8, 10, 12 fish out of a bait, right? And like I said, I tore one up today on I caught 2 or 3 fish on it, and I tore it up because the fish got the hook in the wrong place, and I was fighting to get it out, and I had to get the pliers out. And once you get the pliers out, guys, that's pretty well does it in, doesn't it? All right, guys. You're going to hear me say in the next clip, there, look at that hog. You're going to hear me say in the next clip, there's a school of crappie under my boat, and I show you two on the depth finder. Here's one of them right here. Boy, he nailed it too. I hope I can get it out of him. Well, I'll tell you what, there's my bait. Got it. I'm gonna throw him in my live well, guys. I'm gonna see if I can catch one more of them real fast. I'm gonna eat a couple of them. But I said there was some under my boat because he'll live. I hooked him. He's hooked pretty bad. He wanted it. But there they are. I said there's some under my boat. I just sat still for a little bit and they pulled out there a little ways where I could see them about 10 feet from me, and I threw out there, and they wasn't real crazy about it. There was actually a couple of them moved away from it, and finally this one said, well, if y'all don't want it, I'll eat it. He rolled up and grabbed it. I'm putting my messed up bait back. Let me see if I can catch another one. Bam. All right, guys, I had to work for this one. I went to another spot. I'm on a different tree, but I'll tell you what, I had to work for them. It ain't but a handful here. It might be, I see 3 or 4 or 5 moving around the tree. I go to one side, a couple move, the other side. I see him bubbling up once in a while. Finally, this one decided he wanted it, and he came up and grabbed it. So, it's that time of evening too. They probably thinking, it's 4:30. We're gonna take off, start feeding here in a little bit. We're gonna gather up here in a minute. It's too early to eat yet. That's a nice fish. But I do believe they do a lot of their feeding at night. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it there. So I'm gonna head in. But I do believe they catch a lot of their shad at night. And then early in the morning when the sun starts coming up, cloudy day, they might extend it some. I think they start hunting a place to hunker down for the day. And I've caught them in this spot right here a couple of weeks ago. I caught them here, it's an evening like this, and they was chasing shad, schools of them. Here's a school right here now, coming underneath me, right here, down to the boat. I don't know where they come from. See, they're only 8 foot deep. Those are a school of shad that's running around chasing, a school of shad. That's a school of crappie that's running around chasing shad. That's what they're doing. And I've caught them on these points like this many a time. I'm on the creek channel. I'm on point. I got something on my line on this rod. So it wasn't wrapped around the tip, and then it wrapped around the spool a while ago. And it seems like I've always had trouble with this rod doing that. I don't care what line I put on. If I switch the line, it does it. This is one of my favorite lines. I keep looking at this tip. I'm like, it ain't nothing wrong with it. All right, guys. Fishing Lake Country, Dennis. See ya.